everybody. Welcome to our webinar.
Hi everyone.
I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen as we wait, maybe for like 1 minute for people to trickle in. So let me just click that in.
Okay.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think this is our third webinar, if I'm not mistaken, Anshul, for
Yeah,
2026.
for this year, yes.
Yeah. Wow, it's already, I feel like time flies. I feel like it's still, well, I mean, personally, I still think it's 2025, but time flies.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for joining us on our third webinar of the year. We're super excited to be tutorialing you how to create AI dashboard and maybe giving you a glimpse of what our new features are. So feel free to hop into the chat, say hi if you're here, and maybe I'll get started in like 10 seconds, just in case anyone else is joining. All righty. I will go ahead. So, hi everybody. My name is Casey. I'm the design lead at Bricks, and I'm joined here with Anshul, who is our product and engineering lead. We're super excited to welcome you to our live training session today, and hopefully by the end of it, you'll be able to figure out how to create your own AI dashboard on Bricks and get a glimpse of what our new features are about. So, quick rundown of our webinar process. We'll first start with a step-by-step live demo tutorial on how to create your dashboard. We find doing a live demo usually works best for you to get a glimpse and a grasp of our product. I'll also give you a general overview of our new product features, like things like branding, filters, table customizations, and more. But you will also be able to see that during the live demo, which Anshul will lead shortly. And at the very end of the session, we'll also save some time for Q&As. But we always recommend it, everybody on the call, if you have any questions as we go, please do drop them into the Zoom chat because we'll keep monitoring the chat box and also the QA panel. So feel free to use either. I'll give you a quick intro to Bricks, especially for those who haven't interacted with us before. So Bricks is essentially your AI data analyst and data visualization tool that can help you create dashboards and reports from your raw data sets in seconds with AI. So we basically help you transform your raw data in a spreadsheet or with multiple spreadsheet files and then transform them into interactive and visual focused dashboards in seconds. As I mentioned, we really did incorporate beautiful visuals into our products. So you have manual and kind of pre-built themes that you can toggle on and off, or you can customize the dashboard as you see fit. And we also offer that functionality. But because we made our dashboards really visual focused, it doesn't mean that we neglected the data aspect of it too. We built in really powerful data support where you can manipulate your data, edit your data, analyze your data, generate insights from your data as well. And it's all in one product. And as I mentioned, we really did want to focus on how easy it is and how simple it is to create your dashboard in seconds with AI. So we really just focus the steps into like 1 to 3 simple steps, which Anshul will be able to show you shortly. So our new product features, a lot of these actually we did introduce in early 2026, and those are the ones that you see highlighted in blue over here. But I'll just give you a general overview, which you'll be able to see in the live demo. So we introduced importing directly from Google Sheet and OneDrive. So if you already have existing data from any of those platforms, you can easily import them and create a dashboard via Bricks. You can also restore and revert in chat now. So if you have multiple prompts and you're working with AI to create multiple variations, you can also always revert to V1 or V2 using the chat. This one's my personal favorite. Maybe I'm a designer, so I'm biased, but I love that we can now upload custom themes to our dashboard. So you can just simply upload a logo or upload a screenshot of your website, and our AI is able to pick up on that branding and then apply it to your dashboard. You can also create dashboard from multiple files, which is super handy if you have multiple raw data sets that you're working with. And we also have dashboard auto refresh, where whenever you edit your data on the spreadsheet, it'll be able to automatically update on the dashboard. You can apply filters like drop down, drill downs and slicers. And if you're really happy with the final product of the dashboard, you can very simply reuse that template but then just swap out the data in a brand new file. And Angela will also show you that shortly. And I just wanted to mention this quickly. We also recently rolled out some new UI changes on our home screen and file page, which are super exciting, and it really aims to simplify the process on how to create a dashboard. This is just a quick note because we do get this question a lot in almost all of our webinars. We just want to
Yeah.
preface that your data is fully encrypted, private, and secure, and it is stored according to industry leading data protection measures. Please be rest assured your data will never be used for AI training. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Anshul to do our live demo. Just a quick reminder, please do drop questions into the Zoom chat as we go along. And Anshul and I will probably tag team it and interject if there's any questions that pop up that's relevant. And you might also notice a poll pop up as we're going along. And I highly recommend you to do it because a lot of people who actually filled out our 2025 poll ended up shaping up what our product is right now. So you might see that, and please do fill that in. All right, over to you, Anshul. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Great. Let me share my screen. Okay. Is my screen visible, Casey?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much, Casey, for that quick introduction about Bricks and AI dashboard and the new features. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. So let me start with what you're seeing on the screen is your home screen. As soon as you sign up onto the Bricks, you will be landed onto the screen. And of course, we have specialized in creating AI dashboard. So let me quickly show how you can do it in a two-step process. All you need to do is just attach a file. Here I am importing one of my sample data, which I have already prepared for the webinar. It's a sales data for a cookie company. Now, you have a complete control over what the output should be. So you can write your prompt over here, which I can demo it a little bit later. But for now, I'll just click on create dashboard. So just import your data and you just hit create dashboard. Now what's happening internally? We have built a train of AI agents. One AI agent is trying to understand your data. It is trying to figure out what the data is about, what is the story, what are the consistent inconsistencies in your data, and so on. The another AI agent is trying to create charts out of it. The third AI agent is trying to understand the trends and the insights from your chart. And the fourth AI agent is trying to lay out your dashboard in a beautiful presentation. Uh, and the fifth AI agent is basically us who are trying to understand how to do these things in the best possible manner. Another AI agent trying to understand which AI agent to pick or which model to pick, so that sometimes we are picking one model, sometimes we are picking another model, depending on your data set, depending on your requirements. As you can see, within few seconds, we are able to produce some charts. As you can see, we have different varieties, different types of charts, a line chart, combination chart, bar charts, stack chart, waterfall charts, all of those different types of charts, you did not have to specify in your prompt. Our AI agent was able to understand your data, and it was able to figure out, okay, I can show a month over month change, which can be represented in a waterfall chart. So that's the biggest advantage of using AI in today's world, is you don't have to specify anything. AI is intelligent to understand your data and create visualizations on top of it. As you can see, some layout changes are being done because AI is again trying to create some insights. As you can see, this insights has been created out of this particular chart. The chart says units versus unit cost by product over here. So we have the comparison between what's the unit sold and the unit cost. So you can find some relationship over here. So as you're saying, there is no direct positive relationship between the average unit cost and unit sold. So these insights AI was able to determine from your charts. Now, just a very quick, I think our dashboard is now complete. As you can see, we have received a summary. We have received some KPI, some metrics from our data. We have received different types of charts, some insights, and some summary tables. Now, summary tables are nothing but the pivot tables in Excel or spreadsheet world. It summarizes your data and encapsulate your data to represent it in a smaller data set, basically. Now, before I proceed further, I would just like to sneak peek into what data was imported. Let me just remove the zoom toolbar. It always clashes with the UI controls. So yeah, as you can see, I just clicked on my data part. This is the board which has the place for all of your dashboards, and you just click on the data. This is the data which I had imported. As you can see, it is a product, location, state, unit sold, unit cost. And from this simple looking data, you can now understand how to create a beautiful looking report or a dashboard, which you can share it with your colleagues and managers. Now, yes, so once the dashboard has been created, of course, you can do a lot of customizations. We have been talking about that. This is one of the biggest strength in Bricks, that you can do a lot of customization. So one of the most simplest thing what you can do is what Casey has also told in the introduction, that we provide some predefined themes and you can also add custom themes over here. So all you need to do is just click on some predefined themes. Now, depending on your taste, you can choose a dark theme, a much darker theme, or some creative theme for different colors. Okay, I really like the professional. It has a very subtle combination of very simplistic colors, which you can use it for your presentations. Now, the just a second. Okay. So of course, this is our feedback loop so that we understand whether we did a good job to create the dashboard or not. So do provide that. So once the dashboard has been created, all you now, if you need to modify anything, if you need to design it further, you can click on the design tab. And here, as you can see, we still see all the themes, whatever themes were there as a predefined themes, but you can go with a custom theme as well. So before I go further, let me go to the default theme and let me try to add an image over here, which I can quickly show it to you guys. Yeah. So Casey, this is what I think you have been saying in the introduction as well, that we
Right.
provide an ability to upload an image and our AI will be able to extract the theme colors from your image. So here, as you can see, it has a very strong combination of black and yellow and white color combination. Let me try to upload this screenshot of a report. And of course, AI will take time. AI will try to understand what colors you are there, which is primary color, which is secondary color. Does it look good in your dashboard context and so on? Once it has understood those requirements, you can see all those colors have been extracted. You have a black color KPI matrix available, and then you have yellow as the main color in the primary color in the dashboard. Now you can see all those details on the left hand side. So once the themes have been applied, you are still able to modify those colors based on your requirement. You can get the exact hex color from your designer. This is what we used to do from Casey. Get the exact requirement, exact color, and then create the dashboard out of it. So, so yeah, this is about a very early customization. And of course, we can go deep dive into further details. But is there anything, Casey, you would like to cover before we go deep dive into customizations?
Yeah, I think the themes are great. Maybe we can showcase to our viewers how to add like different blocks and table edits and things like that.
Absolutely. So as you can see on the left hand side, I'll again go back to my design tab. I'll just go back to my chat. Here is the place where you can go back to your chat. Now this is your chat view. Everything over what you see on the dashboard is controllable by AI. So you can do all the changes, whatever you want to do with the help of AI. But before even I go to the AI where you can modify existing charts and blocks, I would like to show a few things. For example, delete, you just want to delete a block, you just click on delete icon and it will get deleted. I really wanted this chart to be highlighted. So I'm just moving this block at the top of my dashboard. I can resize it. I really wanted to highlight the background color. So again, I'll go back to the design view. This is where I can do any changes in my styling, designing. You can see this button over here, or you also have button at the top toolbar over here. Now, for example, I wanted to change the background color. I'll just select one of the, maybe, I don't know, just for the demonstration purpose, a very eye-catchy color over here.
Oh, this is
So
hurting me, Anshul.
okay, I'll maybe go back to maybe. Okay, let's
Okay.
let's go with this. Okay, so this is how you can customize your blocks. You wanted to highlight something, you wanted to edit, modify something. All of these things are possible. You did not like this insights. You can delete the textual insight. I think this is one of the biggest features which no other product offers, is the ability to add text blocks and image blocks over here, which is customizable. So you can delete it, you can add your own insights over here. Now, these insights, of course, are modifiable, so you can mark them as bold. For example, you really wanted to highlight something. Uh, I'll just color it something else. So yeah, so this is how, for example, you can customize any of these things on the dashboard. But as Casey was also saying that we do have complete support with AI. So let's assume I have this chart. I did not like the horizontal bar chart. Let me change the chart type to a vertical bar. So all the customizations or all the editing, what you can think, you can always do it with the help of AI. As you can see, within few seconds, AI was able to change it. Now, here, for example, I really wanted to highlight Las Vegas as green color. Maybe this is where I'm managing all the portfolio and I really wanted to highlight Las Vegas by a specific color. So as you can see, again, I specified my requirement to AI. AI was able to execute all of those changes. I can actually create more charts over here. So what I can do is create a new chart. It is possible that AI was not able to capture some of the insights or some of the directions from your data. But this is a very good starting point, and I'm sure you would already reach to completing your report to 80% of your overall presentation, for example. So here I'm now trying to create a new chart. Create a new chart by product versus total sales, for example. And I can say create a pie chart over here. So again, I have specified my requirements, what insight do I need from my data and how to visualize it. You don't have to explicitly do it if you did not want to do that. Now, as you can see, the pie chart got created, and again, I can resize it. I can generate more insights over here. This is the generate insights button. So just click on that. So yeah, I think I can also say A to AI. As you can see, the insights got generated since I had tapped twice. So I think that's something which we can definitely improvise on. But yeah, as you can see, I was able to modify these things with the help of AI. Let me do one more
Mhm.
um, modifications for the table. Casey, I'm sure we are able to modify the look and feel of our tables as well. So
Yeah.
let me demonstrate that. I
Mhm.
would say maybe highlight rows where units sold is more than, I don't know, maybe 5,200, let's assume. Okay. So again, any sort, and yes, if any of those customizations is not solvable by AI directly, then you can always reach out to us and we should be able to add support for you whenever it is needed. So as you can see, I was able to highlight the top three cookies over here with green color. You can make it darker, you can make it lighter again through AI and specifying the exact requirement to you. So
Yeah,
yeah, this is all
absolutely.
about customization. Yes,
Yeah, thank you, Anshul, for showcasing that. I think you did a great job showing how you can use AI chat to make all these edits, but at the same time, that's the thing I love about Bricks. We still maintain that option to customize it yourself. And not a lot of
absolutely.
products out there do that right now. So I love that we have that ability. I think we actually had a really great question for a couple of people about data cleaning. And that's another thing I love about Bricks is we retain that visual aspect, but at the same time, the back end, we still have all those data functionalities. So Anshul, maybe you can show how we can do that on the data side.
Absolutely. So,
Mhm.
oh, sorry, by the time Casey was saying, I just wanted to say that this is how you can modify the dashboard even
Yes.
further, adding more subsections over here. I'll say just sections over here. So
Mhm.
you can actually modify these things over here. Now, based on your comment, Casey, how do you clean up your data? So again, what you can do over here is you can always come back to your all projects and start a blank project over here. Now here you can import your data if you need to. So let me show. I'm just importing another sample data over here. And as you can see, the sample data has been imported. Now here you can specify any cleanup operation you want to do with the help of AI. So for example, over here, if I really wanted to create separate columns for select investors. Now, I really wanted to have separate investors in their own column and so that I can count investors and so on. But any requirements you have with your data, you wanted to clean up, you wanted to do some modifications, you can do over here, and AI will be able to do all those things over here. So as you can see over here, the investor got divided into multiple investors. We can see over here that column got modified. If you wanted to preserve that column, you can again specify that preserve the earlier column, but create new set of columns over here. Once this has been done, just give me a second again. Okay. So once this has been done, sorry, I have some network issue. Okay, so once this has been done, all you can do after the data has been cleaned up, you can again go back to your AI chat and you can say create dashboard, and AI will again take your modified data, cleaned up data, updated data, and then create the dashboard out of it. I'll just stop creating the dashboard as of now because we will not have enough time to showcase that. Okay, I'll go back
Great.
to the created dashboard again. Yeah, over here. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
That's
so.
good.
Now that we've showcased that we can do also import data, I know when you create a dashboard data, usually the tables are kind of split up differently, and that's one question that we got from Darren is why those tables are split up that way. Maybe
Understood.
Andrew, yeah.
Sure, sure. So once you see the data, of course, one of the tab is your imported data, but you can see another table, another tab has a lot of smaller looking tables over here. Now, what does that mean is all of your visualization over here are actually driven by the data. That means they have one-on-one mapping with from where this data has been created. So for example, this chart, if you really want to visualize from which data set it has been created, you again click on design and you have this view data tab over here, button over here. So you can see this particular chart was created using this data. Now again, all of these data are basically the pivot table from your Excel spreadsheet world, which summarizes your data, and then we create visualization on top of your data. So we need to extract this data so that we can do reactivity. That means your dashboard will get updated as soon as you make any changes in your data. So for example, if I really wanted to say my unit sold for oatmeal is, I don't know, like it's not 460, but maybe 460K. Now I can go back to my board and you can see the change has immediately been applied. So as soon as you modified your input data, your source data, the dashboard will get reflected. It will get reflected in your dashboard and the data will get updated in all the charts. You don't have to do it manually. I'm sure we would have wanted to cover this as a separate section, but the whole point of data and the dashboard data is to organize your data so that we can create visualization, at the same time provide an ability so that you can edit your data uh, according to your wish. One more example, um, for example, sometimes your data is not as structured as I have imported. Like it's difficult to understand. You have maybe like multiple people were working on a particular Excel sheet and different people have created it in different manner. But AI will try to consolidate all the requirements into a single table as well. So for example, I had multiple tables. What AI will do, AI will consolidate them into a single table and put it into dashboard data from which it can create the visualization. So do not worry about dashboard data. What it is about, it is mainly the work of AI. It did to consolidate, to summarize your data, and to create visualization on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that actually answers the question about data cleaning. Essentially, that's our AI cleaning up your data and then prepping it for the dashboard. So that's a great example of that. And to Anshal's point, we actually have a ton of like data manipulation and data editing features that are already built into Bricks, and some of them are actually our new features. So we will cover that in a little bit. But maybe Anshul, we can also share how do we, if we're happy with this dashboard right now, how do we share and export?
Absolutely, absolutely. So once, for example, you have done all the modifications, custom themes, colors, addition of new charts and editing existing ones, you can of course present it. This is what Casey was doing. So all the presentation prepared in the introduction was all presented in Bricks directly. So you can click on present button and everything will get presented right on your screen. You can also share it with your team members, with other colleagues, just by inviting them with email addresses. So I can invite myself, for example, it's my personal email. You can share a link with anyone. They can either edit or they can just view your dashboard, or you can create a public link. Now in the public link, I just want to publish my dashboard. So for example, you can publish your dashboard. You can now share this link anywhere and anyone will have access to this particular link. For example, you want to share this link to your client, you can easily do it. They don't have to log in into Bricks to visualize your dashboard. They will have it as a public link. They don't need login details. Now, of course, one security concern comes over here. Is the link public? Will it be available to internet, to anyone else if they search for it? The answer is no. We do not enable search engine queries on your data set. We consider your data to be very much private. The link itself is password, sort of like a password protected because it contains a UUID field so that it's not easily guessable by anyone. So feel free to use this public link for any of those use cases where you don't want your client or users to log in into Brex.
Right.
Thirdly, I think this is our most important features. Of course, you can unpublish. Once you are done with it, you can just unpublish it over here. And the third most important export is the export to PDF and export to PPTX. All of your dashboard will get exported in one of these formats, which you can use it to send an email or just drop a message in your workspace with this particular attachment. Yes,
Yeah,
Casey.
thanks, Anshul. By the way, one thing I love about this as well is when you click present, Bricks automatically helps you format everything. It's already present ready. And it's the same thing with export. When you export, it's already formatted in a very polished PDF. So it's
Yeah,
always super handy if you're on a time crunch and you just want to present it straight away. I would
absolutely.
love to show our viewers. I think that's also relevant to some of the questions we're getting. How to create a dashboard from multiple files, and maybe we can show on the home screen when we're entering a
Absolutely.
prompt, and how
Okay,
we can customize that way. Yeah.
sure, we can do that. Casey, but in the meantime, do you
Mhm.
mind maybe enabling the poll so that we can finish it
Oh,
in time as well?
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so we can go to the home page as you can see over here. Now, here you see the attach file button, but it's actually attach file. So you really have an option to attach multiple files if you really want to. For example, I'm just attaching three of my files over here, or maybe two just to demonstrate. And I can say compare sales across different months. So here I can go be as specific as I want. I can write like a, I don't know, 100-line prompts over here. If you really need specific visualizations or specific aspect from your data, here I just wanted to understand, okay, I don't have to specify too much of details over here. I have my data from April and from January to March. I just want to compare the sales across these data sets. So again, I just specified my prompt. AI will now import your data. I think okay, we are not able to navigate until the dashboard has been completed. But once the dashboard has been completed, you can see both of your data has been imported. Now you can also import one XLSX file which has multiple sheets. And then you can specify how do you want those sheet data to be analyzed. Do you want to combine them? Do you want to compare them? Like whatever is your requirement. For example, we have seen users which has employee details, for example, and they have come to us that we really wanted to compare these employee performance, for example. So that use case exists. If you just want to combine employee details as a single dashboard, you can also do that. So depending on your use case, you have full flexibility to attach one XLSX file with multiple sheets, multiple XLSX files with multiple sheets, multiple CSVs, or just a single file with your custom prompt if you really need to. Now, as you can see over here, all the charts will basically be comparing different months because that was my requirement. We have January, February, March, and April. As you can see, all the charts now contain comparison between these months.
Cool. So it seems like they took it in your prompt and then basically created the dashboard based off of your request.
Absolutely. So you can
Mhm.
provide your custom prompt and your requirements directly in the prompt, and the dashboard agent will take care of those prompts. Yeah.
Okay, great. I think we could also hop into like a little bit more about our data editing features that we also have after this dashboard has been created. So I know we mentioned this briefly, but how about like if we want to edit the data, we if we edit on the data side, then I assume it updates automatically on the dashboard.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. As I mentioned, this is what we call as refreshable dashboard. You just click on, for example, oatmeal raisins. I had earlier shown you how to edit the data. Here, I'll just revert back to my original data. And as you can see, the dashboard again will get updated. All of my charts get updated immediately. Uh, Apart from this, you also have flexibility to just add your data or update your data. For example, this is a sales data for January to March, and I have made all the modifications, customizations on my dashboard, and I want to append my April's data over here. I don't want to rework on my dashboard again and again. What you need to do is just click on this extended menu. There is an update data button. You click on add to table. I don't want to replace the data. I just want to append April's data over here. I'm just selecting April's data. And as you can see, the April's data got added at the bottom of the table. And immediately the whole of dashboard would have got updated. Now, I am not sure if, yeah, I think this chart will showcase that the April's data at the end of the chart, you can see the April's data got also appended over here. So any changes you do on the data side will get reflected. And that's why we say we have a pretty strong data support along with the dashboard is because you have complete flexibility to clean your data, update your data, add your data, which no other products do it in the market. This is one of the most unique selling point of Bricks is that you have complete support over your data set so that you can edit, update, and append anytime you really wanted to do. Now, just one more thing which I want to cover over here is you have seen my April's data got updated, uh, but the insights will not get updated as soon as you update your data because the insights are AI generated. So all you need to do is explicitly click on refresh insights on the bottom left. We have some menu items available over here, some action buttons. So in this particular case, you have updated your data. You just click on refresh insights. And again, AI will try to understand your new data, your new charts, any trends from your chart, and will update the insights accordingly. It should not take more than 1 minute. But important thing is, if you have done any modifications in your existing insights, then all those changes will still remain intact. If you have done some styling changes, if you have done some custom comparison between 2 months, for example, all of those changes will still be there, and you don't have to worry that your changes are getting lost just because AI is overwriting it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the way that you used to say it and show that this insight block is like data storytelling. It's our AI basically telling a story with your data. And as you mentioned, even if you do edit, add in your own text, it'll still retain, which is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we did get a question. So once the dashboard is built, how do I save my data so it doesn't disappear?
Can
I,
you repeat that question again? How do I
yes,
save the
once,
data? Yeah.
yes, how do I save my data so it doesn't disappear after a dashboard is built?
So your data will remain intact over here
Yes.
as a separate tab over here. You will have again complete control over your data. Your data is always saved. If you close your file, come back to your file, your data and
Hmm.
your dashboard will always be there with you. So you don't
Yep,
have to worry about to save it explicitly. Yeah.
absolutely. Maybe we could also show actually filters in dashboard.
That's a very interesting topic. Yes.
Hmm.
So as you can see, many times you have to drill down into, oh, I want to see my dashboard only for a specific location or for a specific product in this particular context. Of course, you can tell AI to update the dashboard completely that, okay, show me all the charts and all the insights only for a particular location, but then you have to do it multiple times repeatedly. So what we can do over here is, as you can see, there is an add filters button. You just click on this thing and it AI will again try to understand your data and will try to create the exact filters, exact drill downs, exact slicers from this particular data set. Now as you can see, it was able to figure out that I can add 4 filters over here. Now all of those filters are multi-level filters. So for example, I can show how to add filters for the products. So for example, I just want to just show, I really like chocolate cookies. So I just want to analyze chocolate cookies over here. So chocolate chip, double chocolate, as you can see, all the charts got updated. This particular chart was very visible. It got updated immediately. But let's see, I rather than analyzing, I am the manager or I'm the salesperson in Las Vegas. I just want to analyze it for the Las Vegas. I'll just click Las Vegas. And as you can see, all the charts got updated only for that particular location. And again, as is true with data update, here you are basically filtering your data. If you really want to update the insights, you have to again click on refresh insights and the insights will again get updated. So it's as easy. Now you can of course delete, you can reset if you really want to. I don't want to have the filter location, filter on location, or I can just reset the filter if I really want to. So And then
Nice.
again, if you need specific filters to be applied, you can of course ask AI, and AI will take care of your requirements accordingly.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we've done a ton of modifications on this dashboard, Angela. So I'm going to throw you a bit of a curveball. So now that we have like a dashboard that we're happy with, how do we do it if we want to like swap out the data basically, but we want to reuse this dashboard?
Understood. So you want to basically we want to reuse this dashboard as a template
Hmm.
that I
Exactly.
a very good example in this particular case, Casey, is that my as you can see, all my charts and all my locations are related to my US location. And my cookie company is really great. I have set up one more factory and one more outlet in United Kingdom, for example. And I
Right.
want to have the same dashboard, just I want to have the location from UK. So what you can do, before I go that, I think one more change which will be very much visible. What I can do is I can try to upload my logo over here so that it's very easily distinguishable that any modifications you do on the dashboard will be kept intact. Now, again, this is your themes and you really wanted to keep your theme as it is. What you can do is just click on reuse dashboard over here, reuse dashboard as template. Now, this will of course ask you, prompt you to import your new data. As you can see, I already have my UK location data over here. I just click on that. And yes, AI will again try to keep all your custom modifications, theming changes, any addition to your charts as it is, and it will then try to create the dashboard out of it. It will again try to analyze your data. It will update your insights. We can quickly show it in a while, but it's basically you are reusing your dashboard as a template. Your previous dashboard will remain as it is. It would have created a new project out of your existing project. And as you can see now, all of my locations are now belonging to UK location. But any customizations you have done, theme changes, still remain intact. Any custom changes what you have done will remain intact. I think I have done some changes here as well. For example, over here. But as you can see, all the locations are now from UK location. So that everything has been updated. I'm sure the insights would have also been updated. If we can quickly see over here, as you can see, Scotland is a clear outlier over here. So we can clearly see that the insights also reflect your new data set. And but one important thing to note over here is my new data set schema is exactly the same as my older data set. So that it's much easier for Bricks product for AI to understand what is the relationship between your old data and the new data to keep your dashboard intact, to keep your dashboard as it is. Now, a lot of our clients, enterprise clients, have been using this particular feature because they have different clients, they have the data set in the same format, and they want to reuse the same dashboard as template for their different clients. So if you have multiple clients, you can easily use this functionality. Or if you want to keep on updating your data set but you still want to keep your existing dashboard as a snapshot, you can use this as a feature.
No, for sure. It will be so useful for like multiple files, multiple clients. So definitely very handy that way.
Absolutely.
Right. So
Uh,
we briefly touched on some of the new features that we brought up in 2026. Maybe we
Okay,
can just really quickly showcase that since we're a little bit close to the end of the webinar, but maybe
sure.
restoring prompts and then how the Google Sheet and OneDrive connectors.
Absolutely. So I
Yeah.
think let me quickly show it to you because we are interacting with AI. Sometimes, yes, sometimes it's an issue with all the products that eventually you feel that, oh, this is not something which I really wanted, and I want to revert my changes back to an existing to a previous time. So for example, over here, convert this chart to a line chart. I will quickly show how you are interacting with AI and how the things are going as you can see, the line chart got updated. Now over here, maybe I can say show only the top three or top five locations, for example. Now, sometimes, of course, most of the times AI will understand your requirement as what you had in your mind, but sometimes it might understand it in a different manner. This is not something which you would have wanted. So over here, for example, it actually, I don't know, changed some other chart and I did not want to do that. What I can do is I can go back and remove my changes. So I did not want to do any of these changes. I'm just going back to a previous period of time. You click on continue over here and you will go back to your previous time where this particular chart was still a bar chart, not a line chart, and all of your changes have been removed. But we do provide that in case you do it by mistake, you can still restore your changes if you really need to. So that's one of the latest features. A lot of users have asked that I really want to undo my AI changes. Give me a way where I can just revert back to a previous version of my file. Now, apart from that, I was always attaching files from my local system. But as Casey has introduced way early in the webinar, that we introduced two more data connectors into the product. One is the Google Drive. You can just click on the Google Drive. I'm just logging in with one of my Gmail
Oh,
account.
sorry, Anshul. I think we can't see the Google Drive pop up.
Okay, just a second. I don't know. Wait. Let me reshare.
No worries. Zoom always does this to us.
Okay. Okay. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. And if I click on Google Drive,
Yes,
yes, it
perfect.
will ask you for your account chooser. You can choose any of your Gmail account. It will ask you for some more permissions because we want to read your files. And as you can see now, any of the XLSX files which I have on my Google Drive will be visible over here. I can just pick one of the files over here and just select. It will get imported in my work area, and now you can create dashboard, customize your prompt if you really need to. And the same is applicable with Microsoft OneDrive as well. Here you'll be able to log in with your OneDrive account and you'll be able to see the files which you can choose directly from here. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And this is also a very highly requested feature. I think when we were doing our 2025 webinars, there's so many people who requested this.
absolutely. And the biggest advantage is I don't have to export and import and export it back. It's like your data is directly present in Google Drive. You just import it directly and create the dashboard. And then you can export your dashboard as you really want it to. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you very much, Anshul, for doing the live demo. I think now is actually a good time to hop into some Q&A questions.
absolutely. Maybe
Yeah,
we
so
can
let me,
stop our poll as well, Casey. Yeah.
yes, thank you
Yeah.
for reminding me. All right,
Okay.
so I just ended the poll. So we have a question, sorry, that I missed, which is actually relevant to the last question, whether or not the webinar recording will be shared. Let me just share my screen real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, so as Anshul mentioned, presenting directly, which is so handy for me because I don't need a bunch of files. Yes, so the webinar recording will be sent over to you like for the post-webinar email, so please do take a look out on that. You can also check us out on YouTube. We do upload all of our webinar recordings on the Briggs AI, so please take a peek there. So I arrived late. This is why I'm asking this question. Did AI generate the dashboard template, or was a template uploaded for the AI to complete? Maybe Andrew, you want to take this one?
I think you missed the initial part of the webinar, but as Casey mentioned, we will be sharing the recording, so you can definitely have a look at it. But just to answer your questions, will actually customize the layout and the chart templates out of your data. So we do not have a pre-built template which you can use, at least as of now. We are currently working on that particular feature, but for now, AI will again will try to just understand your data and will create the dashboard out of it. So you don't have to look for
Mhm.
any templates as such.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another way to answer this as well is to say actually bricks we can do both. So we do generate like a template based off of your dashboard data, but at the same
Yes,
time you can also use that template and put in your data after that. So I would highly encourage you just to check out bricks, test it out, experiment a little bit, and you'll be able to figure out our features that way. But we do have that functionality.
absolutely.
Right. I think that's a wrap actually on all the questions. I think we did a not bad job tackling these questions during the live demo. So I'm very glad that we got these questions coming
Yeah,
as we were doing it. So, just to wrap up the webinar, thank you everybody for joining us today. And as both Angela and I have mentioned, we will be sending a webinar recap in a follow-up email after this. So please do keep posted on that. If you do have any more questions, though, I highly recommend you to reach out using Help and Brick. So I'll just quickly show you where that is. If you hover over the File menu and then you click Help, there's a help pop up and you can start a conversation right here. And the great thing about us is we're a very small team at Bricks, but whenever you reach out to us, you'll actually be talking to one of us directly, and not a bot, not a chat bot or anything like that. But if you aren't able to contact us this way, feel free to join our Discord community where you can post any questions or check us out on our website, thebricks.com, and contact us through the support website. We had one last question come in, so maybe you can answer this one. Andrea asks, is there a plan to have ability to update dashboards directly from a data source in Google Drive? Also a commonly asked question, Angela.
So yes, so I think earlier we were only able to support local file system. Now we at least moved on to support that you can import files directly from your Google Drive. I think keep an eye on our webinars and on our feature list updates where hopefully in 1 or 2 weeks of time we'll be able to provide that feature as well. This is currently work in progress. We are currently working on this and this particular feature has already been prioritized on our product roadmap. So keep an eye on
Absolutely.
all the updates. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And that's also why we always encourage people to fill out our poll because that's
Yeah.
how we know what you guys are requesting. Yeah, I think this is a good time to wrap.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. And thank you, Angela, as well, for a really great demo. I think I had a lot of fun this
Absolutely.
time.
Thank you so much, Casey. Thanks everyone for joining in. Thank
Yes,
you. Have a
thank
good
you.
day. Bye.
Alrighty. Bye.